You're changing history, you're changing culture, and you had people, and I'm not talking about the neo-Nazis and the white nationalists, because they should be condemned totally.
Abraham Lincoln here is one of the most racist presidents we've had in modern history.
We're trotting out and peddling people's racist, sexist, bigoted stereotypes.
And their colleagues have distorted the facts.
Take the worst thoughts saying, turn them to a game. Take the best thoughts saying, put them on display.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Excuse me, Hunter. Apparently you're afraid of my words.
Hunter Biden is not above the law. We want to send him to the DOJ, and we want to trust the DOJ to do their job.
I want my Republican colleagues to give me one thing, that I can go campaign on and say we did.
The bill, as I said, codifies one definition of anti-Semitism. A definition that the author says shouldn't be codified.
RICO is not a crime.
They want to act like they blind. They don't know what this is. These are our national secrets. Looks like in the shitter to me.
Leadership of the plans to get them back into chambers. That would have been call number 3 with Speaker Pelosi.
So you didn't have one call, you didn't have 2 calls, you had 3 calls. So Speaker Pelosi's comments that she didn't speak to were inaccurate.
That is correct, sir.
Why? Let's do it.
Welcome to the Off Label Podcast, your daily dose of sanity in an insane world, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like Gretchen Whitmer's getting a little bit pissy because Trump may pardon the 2 people that were convicted in her kidnapping plot. Yeah, it's going to be a wild fucking story we're going to get into. Of course, we're going to have to go over San Francisco saying that grades are racist and then immediately walking it the fuck back. It's amazing as shit to see. And we're going to introduce you to the Democrats' pick for bringing men back into their fold. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be fun. Let's get into it.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you can get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like. Find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I'll make it look like I'm losing. Won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Check this out.
That's just great.
How y'all doing tonight, ladies and gentlemen? We got Scott with us. Scott's in the house.
What's happening, everybody?
Had a good
Been a little
rant
while
on the pregame show from Scott right before we began.
Yeah.
Y'all need to go check that out on over there on the Rumble side when we start up and have our little pregame talks, because sometimes they get interesting as shit.
Hell yeah. Also, happy Friday to everybody. Cheers. Hope you all are having a good Friday. Fuck yeah.
All right. Look. What was it? Rick, the CSI referee, over there on the Rumble side, gifted 5 subs over there. I appreciate the hell out of that. Rough Muffin caught one. Let's see. B Job Secure, which is Jennifer. Someone set the Joshua Tree National Park on fire. I'll be in and out. Have a great show. And hi, Scott.
What's happening?
Had to save that for when we go live. Yeah. Let's see. We got Glenn in the house with us on YouTube. We got Louie. Muffins on that side. Jennifer O'Connell. Gloria B's with us. How you doing, Gloria? It's been a minute. We got Ken in the house. Relentel. I don't think I've seen Relentel. How you doing? Let's see. Muffin, of course, is on that side. Carolyn Hall. And Rick Donner was at the very beginning. Got Third Railify in here. Third Rail's pretty cool. He's a Canadian dude.
Right. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you would enjoy the hell out of talking with him.
Awesome.
But of course, Muffin.
Good to have you here.
And Rick is over there on YouTube. All right. Or on Rumble, sorry. But
yeah, I think Rick took off. He actually had to go do something, I think. But
no, he was just having a bad day. He's just like, I'm done. I'm done with the day. Yeah, I'm out.
I get you.
But yeah. All right.
Understandable.
Scott. Do you remember the Gretchen Whitmer kidnapping plot, right?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Go ahead and give us a rundown of that situation.
Well, one of the main things is that we heard that there was a supposed plot to kidnap her and nobody understood why. And I still kind of don't understand why until we see who's involved in it, which happened to be who we were all calling from the very beginning, the feds.
2/3 of that fucking group were feds or informants.
Exactly. And it's almost like a, what is the one where the FBI informants got the guy to sawed off the front of his shotgun and they went, what was that? Ruby Ridge. It's like a Ruby Ridge deal, but for a kidnapping instead of getting the guy to do something it's still highly illegal. He did it, but then these guys were trying to get people to do it. It's like a different situation, but still almost the same thing, you know?
Right. And somewhere along the line, information had slipped that they didn't even know that most of them were feds. They had groups upon groups in there that didn't even know that all of them were fucking feds. Like, how incompetent is this whole situation if that were to be the case? I guarantee you that was setup from the beginning.
Right, and the fact that there was no communication, nobody knew it was going. Like, it's pretty par for the course for the U.S. intelligence agencies. I'll say that.
Right. But check this out, man. Let's go to my screen here. Yeah, Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer said she's disappointed Trump is considering a pardon for men who plotted to kidnap her. 2 key players in the kidnapping plot are serving long federal prison sentences. Before we go further in this, all right? Like we were talking about before behind the scenes here, we did talk a little bit about this story because, yeah. But 2 governor kidnapping plot suspects will stand trial again. This is who they're talking about from June 30th of 2022. Adam Fox and Barry Croft. Okay, what happened with these dudes? At one point in time, 3 men are found not guilty of supporting plot to kidnap Michigan Governor Witmer. Now, because the information about the feds being involved got into this, 3 men were found not guilty. These 2 men had a mistrial because of the information being held from the feds that they were involved. Okay? They bring the case back up, and the judge tells the defense lawyer, I forget where I found that from. Maybe it was from Rob, or it was Radix Verum or Rob, one of them. But in the transcript and everything, that the judge, the defense lawyer tries to bring up the fact that there were feds involved. And the judge told him that is inadmissible evidence.
That's insane to me.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I did. I mean, it's not like, well, obviously it happened. It's just, it's insanity. How is that? I don't get how that's even okay. It's fucking ridiculous.
Well, see, here's the real big point of it, brother. This shit was a setup for the government to launch Gretchen Whitmer even higher than governor.
Right.
Because they wanted the sympathy vote. And then it all fell apart when it came out in fucking court. The government couldn't hide it anymore. That 2/3 of them were made up the entire group. And supposedly nobody knew they were fucking there. Like, come on.
Yeah. Come on. Yeah.
When
Bullshit.
you bring that information out, when you bring that mainstream for everybody to understand, it looks nothing more than a setup from the federal government.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And like Rail said, and yeah, it's absolutely, they were set up. It's nothing but a setup. It's what our intelligence agencies and most of our government knows how to do, is set shit up that, fucks everything.
Right. All right, let's go back here with this one. Oh, no. Hold on. Let's see what Stretch and Gretchen has to say.
They're even considering it, frankly.
Yeah, say, do you want to, you might have to share it in the Discord for me to hear.
Oh, shit, I forgot to change it back, didn't I?
That's all good. Yeah, go ahead and do it now.
I do it with Davey all the time, and I fucked up the cameras too. I'm a dick. There we go.
There we go. Cool. Yep.
Let's restart.
Very disappointed that they're even considering it, frankly. When the president was shot at in Pennsylvania, I was one of the first people on either side of the aisle to condemn it. We have to condemn political violence, no matter where it comes from, no matter who it's aimed at.
Right.
It does a disservice to everyone if we do anything short of that. And so I'll be making my thoughts known to the White House, and I hope they take it into consideration.
What I want you to understand is she was the first one to condemn political violence. But there ain't no way in fuck she didn't know about this kidnapping plot, because she wouldn't be a fucking Democrat. This happened under fucking Biden, brother. If there was a kidnapping plot and she had no idea, and then it came out in all the evidence that the federal fucking government set that shit up, I wouldn't be anywhere near the Democrat Party.
You make a good point, and I agree with you there. I'm surprised she still is. On a devil's advocate side, I will say that there's a good possibility she didn't, but I also agree with your secondary point on that, to where if you have any principle as a person, period, you wouldn't be with the people that tried to fucking set you up to get kidnapped, all that shit. Like,
right.
Come on now.
Right. I mean, you gotta know. There ain't no way you don't. But yeah, she says she's disappointed. I wonder why you're disappointed there, Stretchin'.
Right.
For anybody that doesn't know, the Stretch and Gretchen thing came because there was a story about how she liked to take it in the ass in college. Yeah. Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer said Thursday that she's very disappointed that President Donald Trump is considering pardoning the men who were convicted of conspiring to kidnap her in 2020. The governor told NBC affiliate Wood that she's very disappointed that they are even considering it, frankly. During an Oval Office event on Wednesday, Trump said he would take a look at pardoning the men. He added that he watched the trial and it looked to me like somewhat of a railroad job. I mean, the second fucking trial, they weren't able to bring up the fact that there was government involved. Yeah. The two key players in the kidnapping plot, Adam Fox, Barry Croft, we just went over that, are serving long prison sentences and federal charges. Over a dozen men who were originally charged in either state or federal courts in connection with the scheme. At the time, Whitmer said Trump was complicit in enabling extremism after comments he made about the Proud Boys during the 2020 blah, blah, blah. In her comments Thursday, Witmer, a Democrat, pointed to her response to the attempt of the assassination. We just listen to all that. In March and April, Whitmer met with Trump privately at the White House, but during the April meeting, Whitmer also stood in the Oval Office while Trump signed multiple executive orders targeting his political opponents. Like the way this is fucking written, though. Again,
it's
this is CBS. However, with the NBC. The ground news right there, ladies and gentlemen. 44% out of 23 sources, 44% lean left. 43% are in the middle. Why the fuck is the Republican side not talking about this in any way?
I don't know. That's a very good question. Let's get to that in just a minute. But $1 donation by Jennifer. Thank you. Rail wants us to come on his show after ours tonight. I don't want to be gay. I want to come on there, Rail. I mean, well, Jennifer, they don't have to. They can choose to be gay.
I can pop in for a little bit tonight. It's Friday.
Yeah, I'll be down to jump on for a little bit. I need to subscribe to your channel as well. I'm giving the knife hand. Subscribe to the channel.
I hate doing that shit, dude. Hey, K-Bane, how you doing?
But that's a very good that's an extremely good question about the Republicans on it. And it's here's another point too that goes into my mind. It's very hard to either want him to pardon these guys that got duped, either yes or no. It's like it's a little bit of a 50-50 because in a way it's like, well, were you already that shitty of individuals?
Well, see, here's the thing. The reason why everybody, well, of course, other than the fact that there were feds involved, the reason why everybody was already leaning towards the fact that these guys didn't do it is because in the court case with these two, they'd expressed multiple times they want out of this shit. I don't know what the fuck you got going on. I don't want to be part of it. But they were still continued to be convinced to be involved in at least the planning by the feds.
Right. So yeah, I haven't looked into the case enough and all that. So that's another thing that I can't. So now, like, I can see if they were trying to get out of it enough and whatever, like, I can see wanting to pardon them. Maybe they got, completely railroaded. I mean, I might have to just look into it more.
This one's from the Associated Press here. Lawyers. FBI lured men from Michigan. FBI lured men from Michigan. Yeah. This is where it actually broke the story that they were feds.
My main thing that I knew, whenever the feds were involved, all of us from the beginning were just like, we knew it. you know?
I mean, and to find out that 2/3 of the entire fucking group were feds, I was just like, nah, there ain't no fucking way. You can't tell me in any other way. It's like the, what is that? The Patriot Front kind of thing. Like they keep trying to pull that off. Like, goddamn well, those are fed.
They gotta be, or parts of them. Like,
I can see the Republican crowd is wearing fucking uniforms and marching through the streets with
and masks and shit. And it's like, that's the whole thing, is that they're not necessarily saying they're even Republican, or if they are, then most Republicans aren't standing with them or whatever else. Like it's a weird thing with that.
Fair point with that. But I mean, the masks that are covered, the Nazi flags and everything that they use, and there is no way in hell you're just gonna play into the stereotype, unless it's all a troll situation, which we would have known from the very beginning if it was or not.
Right. Rail says, consider talking to Christina Urso Radix Verum about this. She's an expert journalist on this topic. He's had her on, and she's about, okay, right on.
I tried. I wanted to set a talk up with her, but I never followed through and never heard. I sent a message. I heard back from her, but I never followed through. I do need to go back with that, because that would be a great members only.
Get it done, motherfucker.
That would be an
Hell yeah.
awesome members only to just have her on there and explain what happened along the way. Because there's a lot to this that people just left off as soon as they're just like, Fed's involved, I'm done. No, there's a big fucking story behind this shit.
Right.
Yeah, Governor. Here we go. From the AP themselves. This comes out from May 30th. That was today. Governor Gretchen Whitmer says Trump told her he would not pardon men convicted in kidnapping plot. Huh? Of course, says President Trump, Donald Trump wouldn't be going back on his word if he pardoned two men who were serving prison sentences for leading in the 2020 kidnapping. The kidnapper, whatever, blah, fuck it. Witmer, a Democrat, told me, I love how they keep doing this. Like, you don't know she's not a fucking Democrat?
Yeah, they don't have to throw that in. You know they're doing it just because.
Anybody. Yeah, well, yeah, just for dumbass motherfuckers who don't know who the hell she is. I don't know how
Well,
you don't know. She was the
it's
first-
not. It ain't that. They're doing it because they want to keep pointing out.
Right. Because she's a Democrat and
Yeah.
she should get her way.
Yeah, it's that.
Yeah. But they told Michigan Public Radio on Thursday that Trump asked her about a month ago how she would feel if he pardoned the two men. I said, I think it would be the wrong decision. Whitmer recounted, I would oppose it and I would oppose it. And he said, okay, I'll drop it. Whitmer, a possible 2028 presidential candidate, please do.
If she runs, oh my God.
Dude, you ready for Stretch and Gretchen to be the campaign? You know.
Oh my God.
It would literally, if you tried to run that bitch, it would literally be scorched earth from day one.
Oh, absolutely. Can you
And there
imagine
would
the
be no
shirts and the
trying.
memes, and the fucking memes would be glorious. Stretch in 2028.
I need to make that shirt. That would be awesome.
It would be. Yeah, it would be.
Great fucking merch. We still got to get all that going. Muffin.
I'm still wondering, Trump, are you still going to be opening up Alcatraz so I can make the fucking Alcatraz prison wallet shirt? Because it's gonna be perfect. You know, baseball tee style and shit.
See, that would be awesome. He does that shit, and you're just like Alcatraz. We gotta go ahead and just trademark that shit right now. But yeah, she's just like, she's sitting here saying all this time that, yeah, oh, he said he wouldn't do it. Feel sorry for me because I knew. I'm just going to leave her face there. I knew about these motherfuckers because there ain't no way I'd still be advocating for them if I didn't know.
You make a very good point with that.
Unless I'm fucking retarded.
Right. Or just have absolutely no principle. And that's a thing that I would think too. Like on the side of her possibly not knowing and why she doesn't leave them and shit is she has no principle as a person herself and knows. Well, doesn't know. I mean, she's not going to go to the Republicans. She's a fucking cunt. Like, I mean, she just doesn't have Republican-esque values or anything. So it's like, she ain't going to come to the side. Nobody's going to believe her about that. So maybe she knows she's just going to be fucking done in the water if she leaves. I mean,
please make her a candidate for 2028. That's all I'm saying. Can we? It would be worse than the Tulsi Kamala fucking nuke, dude. And there would be no. It'd be like we're just sitting here, just like.
I already got the fucking
run.
I already got the perfect shirt. I already got the perfect shirt idea too. It's good. It's gonna be fucking. Here's Johnny style, fucking stretching 2028, and it's like her face coming into it. Here's stretching.
Oh shit!
Fucking great.
No, that would be good. Do it
It would
anyway.
be. Yeah.
Do it anyway.
That'd be fucking awesome.
Alcatraz prison wallet, get it going.
The stretch in 2028. Here's Gretchen.
Do it. Run it already, because there ain't no way. There ain't no way people are not going to talk about this shit.
The simulation theory is starting to make more and more sense these days.
Maybe so. Maybe so. I mean,
yeah.
It's getting predictable now, though.
It is. It kind of is.
I'm still going to call it. I know people, you want to argue about it. I'm still going to call it the 2028 ticket. The most popular is what you got because of the social media presence behind them. It's going to be AOC and Jasmine Crockett.
Oh, unless, God, yeah, they're pushing. I can't believe they're pushing Jasmine Crockett, the most absolutely heinously ghetto retarded person that has ever graced the fucking government.
Dude,
period.
I'm gonna be honest with you. She says retarded shit, but this bitch ain't retarded. She knows what she's doing. Because she can code switch that shit. In fucking mid-sentence, we showed it to you. Where she was just like, I don't know what all that shit's about, but I'm just going to be a representative of the U.S. government right now when I'm telling you this message. We showed it to you guys fucking live. She can fucking do it.
She knows what she's doing. She's very dumb, though, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's dumb as shit.
I like that, Jen. Stretching 28. Dilate your bonus hole.
Just have that written on the back of the shirt.
Exactly. But it's amazing who they're pushing to the front of the Democrat Party. Like,
dude, it's pathetic as shit. It's pathetic. You know how long Raskin? They even tried to make a push for Raskin. They fucking botted on the House Judiciary Committee on the YouTube side. They fucking botted Jamie Raskin's fucking videos. I showed that shit. The only motherfucker other than Jasmine Crockett getting more than 1,000 fucking views was Jamie Raskin. And in the comments, all they were generic bullshit like, thank you, Mr. Raskin. That's my senator, Mr. Raskin. Jamie Raskin is in the House of Representatives. Now, here's the fucked up thing, brother. I called that shit out very early in the botting. And people were coming after me with like, I was like, this is a botted account. There ain't no fucking way. Because if you liked if you liked a politician, you'd at least know where they sit in our government. This motherfucker sits in the House of Representatives and you're calling him a senator? You bought that bot from somebody else and you didn't change up shit because you were just like, run it, they'll never see it. I called that shit the fuck out. A week later, that was changed and all those fucking comments were removed.
Right.
Because it started to hit. That was the biggest comment on one of his first fucking videos. Is me calling the fuck out that these people are just, thank you, Mr. Raskin, you're a hero, and all this other random dumb shit. And then all of a sudden, you see comments of Senator Raskin, and I'm just like, you would think if you liked him, you'd know where he functioned in our government. I mean, the motherfucker was the ranking leader for the Democrats in the House Judiciary Committee. Right.
Well, and that brings up the point that's being made about a lot of that, how you're saying the botted accounts and everything, just being a big point being made that the dead internet theory is becoming more and more true, with 60% of the internet basically being bots and shit, is what a lot of people are finding.
Here's the thing. I'll tell you why he actually did this. Because right around the time when I was doing the committee hearings and everything like that, there were other people that were bringing these things up. There were others that were listening to these little clips and they're just like, I want to hear the whole thing, and going back and actually going through the whole thing. It started to pick up traffic, and he's like, oh, I can use this to my advantage. Bought the fuck out of their videos because you struggle with 1,000 views on the fucking videos. You even look at the numbers of the lives, it's actually pretty fucking horrible. But it started to trickle the fuck up. People started paying attention, and then he thought he could just bot the account and make it look good because the Republican side is doing fucking awesome with it. The GOP judiciary, YouTube, is doing better than the Democrat YouTube. It's fucking amazing to watch.
Oh yeah, it's like a 100-fold too, for as far as like watching and all. Yeah, it. I don't. That's why I don't get. I don't know.
You know what?
Why I don't get how even Democrats are surviving half the time with votes or anything. I just.
Dude, we know how.
Yeah.
We know how. I've proven it time and time and time again. I've linked all different kinds of stories with every bit of the narrative along the... Yes, it happened. I'm sorry. Fuck you. But I'm going to flip some stories around because I want to hit this one where we're fresh on the just roasting the fuck out of Stretch in here.
All right.
Do you remember this, bitch?
If you're not at the table, you're on the menu. As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
One more time.
As the saying goes, if you're not at the table, you're on the menu.
Oh, from the looks of it, everybody's on the menu. Sorry, I had to.
Here's the thing. I wouldn't have even taken it to that level to roast her.
Right.
Except for what's about to happen. All right? From the Gateway Pundit. Obese Democrat activist gives crazy thoughts on why young men are ditching her party. Then she freaks out after getting savagely mocked by conservatives.
Well, I also think it's just so abundantly clear that the people who say these things don't actually spend time talking to young men. You know this because we know each other in real life, but I spend a lot of time on college campuses, and I spend a lot of time with
young men.
I love young men. I love frat guys, and in that I realized like even the ones that identify as conservative are almost always pro-choice. They're almost always pro-gay marriage. You'd be surprised at the number of them who supported Black Lives Matter. And so I feel like people just kind of lump them into this box when the truth is, again, a lot of them are with us on the issues. They're just not part of our coalition because they feel like they're not welcomed in it.
Because as soon as they say they like free speech and the Second Amendment, you probably fucking tell them that they're pieces of shit. That's why.
In more ways than one, but yes.
Yeah.
Like, there ain't no fucking way that anybody that hears any kind of argument from either side would just be like, there ain't no fucking way yours makes sense in any way. This is why actual young Gen Z men, like this motherfucker in the video, is now trending conservative.
Right.
Because this bitch over here is just saying, you're stupid, you're a problem, toxic masculinity, you can be me. Why are you not voting for me?
Well, him be the one. She's always at the table. Real. Everyone is on they them's menu.
Look,
Jen never saw a fat cannibal before.
I'd have never made jokes about her weight in any way. Even when she was coming up, I've showed y'all. Track it the fuck back for all you new people. We've had episodes where we have talked about her. I have never once said anything about her weight. But
don't worry, the wait just took the wait this long. Sorry.
Let's not forget.
Thinking man's joke.
This bitch right here has been in the news for a minute. This comes from her own fucking account. Back in 2022, I'm a 19-year-old queer Latina. And that's why these politicians fear me. Matt Gaetz and other Republicans are coming at organizers with these childish attacks because they know women across the country are mobilizing.
I love how they always say, that's why they fear me.
Right?
Okay.
Because I think that's the wrong symbol. I don't know.
Yeah.
You've raised a lot of Tell us what you plan to do with that money, because this is a time when people need organizing. They need door knockers. They need people to literally be in the faces of folks who might be infrequent voters. Is that what you intend to do with all this money you're raising?
Absolutely. I want to make it
By the way, I just want to say, remember when Joy Reid got fired?
noted that this money is being split amongst 50 abortion funds across the country, especially in states where those services will be needed the most because of restrictive abortion laws. So this money is going to the people who need it. It's going to the funds that are going to help people get the health care they need, despite these Republican attacks against reproductive rights. I'm extremely excited that I've been able to use my platform to do something that will genuinely make a tangible difference in people's lives.
Scraping your uterus is healthcare.
Yeah, reproductive rights. Yeah, killing babies, that's reproductive. Yeah.
I'm not going to continue with that anymore, ladies and gentlemen.
Nah.
This becomes incredibly fucking retarded.
And that's whenever Joy Reid had fucking Trump's haircut, too. It's hilarious.
And people started roasting her. Her ass
Yeah, I
switched
know.
that wig quick, didn't she?
That shit was hilarious. Like, it was within like a couple of weeks, too. She was like, bruh.
Well, check this out. Because people started showing their image and saying things like this is a monumental move and a gigantic push and things like this. She came the fuck apart. And I swear to God, it's funny. Watch.
I'm the person
Crash
that's
out.
in charge of bringing young men back to the Democratic Party. According to
Good luck.
Donald Trump Jr. said, I 100% endorse this Dem activist being pushed in charge of Dems' campaign to appeal to young men.
Yeah, he knows why. Because it ain't gonna fucking happen.
Then, this was a retweet of Trump War Room. I love young men. Top Democrat activist, thought leader Olivia Giuliani is now advising Democrats on how to win over young men. The entire tweet. Where in the fuck did they say anything about her weight?
young men back to the
They didn't.
Democratic Party. According to Donald Trump Jr., Trump War Room, Libs of TikTok. And while none of that's actually true, every single time I saw one of y'all posting about me, I had
Olivia Giuliani is the Democrats' secret weapon to winning back young male voters. That comes from Libs of TikTok. AF Post. Democrats are calling on media behemoth Olivia Giuliani. Giuliana, whatever. Bitch. If I saw somebody saying I'm a media behemoth, I'd be like, you goddamn right, you son of a bitch. And wait, too. What you got? I'd have flipped this bigger than shit. Ollie London.
Right.
Democrat influencer Olivia Giuliana shares heavily photoshopped image of herself after revealing she's been deployed by the Democrats to appeal to young male voters. Now, this one was kind of edited, and that is on Ollie or somebody else that he got that from. I will admit that. That's the only one that has any kind of tone about weight, right? But this is how she wraps it all into one.
every single time I saw one of y'all posting about me, I had one main thought at the top of my head. Y'all are a bunch of y'all are the ones that made it about a woman and her identity and the way that she looks. Something that y'all consistently claim the Democrats do.
It was only Ollie London in everything that you've shown so far.
Right.
You don't actually give a fuck about young men. Instead, a lot of you want to talk about my weight. You're using pictures of me from about 65 pounds ago. So let me ask you this. If I lose another 65 pounds, will y'all actually raise young men's wages? Will you?
Scott, weren't they just telling us not too long ago that women don't get paid enough? Like they're underpaid as far as their cohorts and men, you know, in the same position, women make less. Now you're going to sit there and tell me you're going to advocate for men making more?
Right.
You actually increase funding to mental health services, or are you just?
Well, we do need to do that. We need to open up the institutions, and I don't give a shit if they shock you with electrical fucking current.
Going to find another way to deflect from the fact that y'all don't actually have any policy plan to help them. Y'all can keep making this into some kind of big joke of, oh yeah, let's send her to every frat house in the country. I'm not afraid to go into frat houses or to go to college campuses or to talk to Republicans because unlike y'all, I don't think that they're all shallow assholes.
Okay, let me clip this and push this everywhere. You want to talk to Republicans? Bitch, I'm not a Republican. Davey is. Scott ain't. You want to sit down and talk? Because I guarantee you ain't going to take up that offer.
Right.
I think that there are actual people who can hold a conversation, but clearly, based off the way you talk about them and the way that you treat them, you think that they're dumb as shit. Well, I actually don't. So,
Scott, do you understand? Do you know that 69% of all humans have an IQ range of 85 to 115?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what the average range of America is?
No.
100.
I don't. Okay.
We are kind of stupid. But we've fallen the average range of stupid. I mean, honestly, 85 to 115, what's the middle point? Probably close to 100, if not 100. And we're right there with half of our population. But half of our population is on the extreme end of that.
Right. Next t-shirt, average range of stupid.
And just right there in the middle.
Yeah, average range of stupid.
No, it is. It's a thing. If you, I'll show you. Hold on. Average IQ of all humans. Let's see what AI has to say. I had a little short breaking this the fuck down because I had to do it. The average IQ scores of humans is defined as 100, with a standard deviation of 15, meaning that about 68% of the population scores between 85 and 115. Now, out of all humans, that means we have about 32% that lies on either end of the spectrum, from 85 to 115. That is 16% either way. 16% of us are functionally fucking retarded, and 16% of us are geniuses, if you want to divide it up like that. But it's not actually divided up like that. But yeah. This is a problem. It really is. But the fact that she wants to sit there and actually claim that she knows how to speak to American men.
No, she definitely does not. There is no way.
Dude, there is a disconnect between our generation and the next generation coming up between us, but we can speak to American men better than this shit.
Yeah, exactly. And exactly what American men are you talking about? These supposed college students you're talking about? The real frat boys are going to laugh you the fuck out of the room. I don't know what fucking frat boys you think you like or are talking to, but it sure ain't the fucking real ones. You know the frat boys that saved the fucking American flag when those fucking pieces of shit were trying to tear it down? You're going to talk to them? Let me see what you're going to tell them. How are you going to connect with them, huh? Yeah, let's see how that goes on.
You got a wonderful point, and it's amazing as shit, but I got one for you here. Let's bring it back to the chat. Let's get the chat involved. I want to see how this lights up. She loves frat boys, brother. A bunch of drunk, horny ass kids. You know damn well you fuck some uglies in the day.
Right.
That's how you reach young men. I mean, wasn't it David?
Right.
Who was it? David Hogg that was saying men just want to fucking have fun. And she's just like, I'm going to these campuses. Come dumpster me. That's who they're bringing around young men to.
It's ridiculous.
This is not going to end well for Olivia.
No.
This is like the oh god, you remember that little that OnlyFans thing, right? That woman was trying to fuck 1,000 dudes in a day.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah. This is a dumbed down version of that. I'm sorry. It is in more ways
I
than
hear
one.
you. Right, yeah. It's like the passive aggressive version. Is that what you're trying to get?
Alcatraz prison wallet involved.
Yeah, there you go. Oh man.
But I will say this though, dude. This shit is fucking hilarious. San Francisco actually came out, ladies and gentlemen, and they're just like, hey, look, grades are racist, so we're going to change everybody's grade because equity. And then immediately on social media, this shit started blowing the fuck up. In less than goddamn 24 hours, these motherfuckers walked it the fuck back.
That's funny.
Check this shit out.
Yeah.
From the Post Millennial here on May 28th of 2025. The San Francisco students can graduate with failing grades under new grading for equity guidelines. On Tuesday. Okay, now, here's the thing. This is May 28th. May 28th was Wednesday. So they wrote this the next day. This is May 27th. On Tuesday, the San Francisco Public School District announced a new grading policy that will allow students to grade classes with a score as low as 21%. The grading for equity method eliminates homework and weekly test scores from a student's final semester grade.
It's fucking ridiculous.
Homework and weekly test scores are removed for their final semester. How the fuck do you grade them then?
Yeah, how do you even grade them?
Instead, there will be one test at the end of each semester to decide if a student has passed the class. The final exam can be retaken several times. Huh?
Just remember this term when it comes to stuff like this, people. This is called bigotry through lowered expectations. And we all know why they're and we all know why they're doing this, and they don't say why, but everyone points it out.
They call you why. This is fucking racism in action.
It is. It's bigotry through lowered expectations.
But see, here's the thing.
It's ridiculous, dude.
No, this is 100% racism. Racism is defined as the, what is it? The discrimination of a person or persons based on the color of skin with the belief that one's own race is superior. When you have white people getting together and saying, black people are pathetic and they can't do a damn thing, so we need to give them everything to give them a push, you are literally saying that white people are superior and black people are fucking retarded.
Right. That's where it's going, and they just don't say that, but that's why else would you be doing this?
They're too dumb to get IDs. They don't know what a computer is. We need to give
Kathy
them
Hochul.
everything.
I can't believe she said that shit. Like,
dude, it's a thing.
man.
But yeah, the superintendent of San Francisco Unified School District enacted the new guidelines without speaking approval from the board, according to the nonprofit. The changes will impact 10,000 students across 14 high schools in California Bay Area. The students may submit assignments late, fail to attend class, or choose not to attend at all without consequence to their academic performance.
Receiving A requires 90%. Okay, so they aren't even going into days. They're just talking about letter grades after that. So you can miss the entire fucking year, except for those days when you take your tests.
Hold up.
Basically, by what it's saying.
Hold up. I will advocate, and you will understand why when I say this. I don't totally hate the idea.
Of what?
Dude, in my 10th grade fucking class, because I was a troublemaker.
But of what, though? Of what?
Of them not attending class, and it doesn't affect
Then
their
get
grade.
homeschooled. No, get homeschooled then. No, I do not. There's no way, dude.
Okay.
If you're not there, how are you supposed to know what the kiddies even like? How are they even learning? What are you learning from? Where you learn like it? Why am I then? What are you doing? You just paying the school for a placeholder? Like I don't. How would a teacher even know what? But like that just doesn't make sense to me.
Okay. So let me give you this. When I was a kid, I was a troublemaker. You know this. I told you a lot of that shit. In class, my 8th grade year, I spent 33 days in class. The rest of the time, I was suspended and I was in ISS. I passed every single one of my classes with an A. The reason why, there was no challenge there. In my 10th grade fucking year, while I was locked up, I'm studying physics and calculus, trigonometry. But when I'm in public school, because I'm a troublemaker, I'm learning to multiply and divide whole numbers again for a goddamn month.
But here's the thing is that your brain is not 90% of the population.
No. But for people like me, I don't think I should sit there and disrupt a class that I'm getting in trouble for. And you think just because I'm a failure, because you're not challenging me.
But that comes down to the teaching practice. That doesn't come down to whether you should be there or not.
In the teaching practice, again, there are some badass fucking teachers in my life.
Yeah.
My German teacher was amazing. My, 9th grade science, not 9th grade, 8th grade science teacher was amazing. My 9th grade government teacher was amazing. I have some good fucking teachers in my life, but everything else, very fucking subpar.
No, I hear you. I'm the same way with that. Most of my teachers actually kind of sucked. I only had a few teachers that were pretty good. Which was funny with me is that the teachers that I did like, I got into the most fights with, and that was always in science and math because I would like to argue about stuff, and those were the only classes I did good in, and those were the teachers that I liked.
Right. I mean, I've told you about my German class there, where literally German 1, the teacher was just like, you can say whatever the hell you want to say. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how offensive. Doesn't matter if it's a cuss word. Doesn't matter. As long as it is in German, you can say it in this class.
Right. Yeah, you're telling me, but that's actually pretty cool for him to be like that. As long as you are saying it correctly, and that
was
that's her. Yeah,
it was
that's
woman.
badass. I remember you telling me about that before, though. That's actually pretty dope.
And me and a classmate, I'm not going to give the dude's name away, but me and a classmate had gotten into it over some dumb shit. We had literally gotten into each other's faces, about to come to fucking blows, and everything that we were saying was in German.
Mm-hmm. Hey, but that's dope.
And we didn't know it.
It was funny. My shop class, was just the opposite.
102 in fucking German
Right.
1. Both of us for that.
That's funny. My shop class teacher was just the opposite of that. Obviously, we weren't speaking German, but if we did cuss, like he was cool with you doing whatever else. But if you cussed, this will show you how I grew up and how my time was and shit. He would go behind you, and all he would do is take his knuckle like this, and if you cuss, he would just go wham on the back of your head.
Oh,
don't do that
goddamn.
again. Yeah. Oh yeah. Left a knot.
Yeah, oh god. I know
But
that.
at that time, kids actually respected their teachers. So
That's
what
true.
did we do? Not a fucking thing. We took it and we understood.
Yeah, I fucked up. Lesson
Yeah.
learned. Through pain.
Through pain. Mm-hmm.
Deluxe night with a 10. Woohoo. Redneck farmer tested with 125 IQ back in high school. With all the fucktardery going on around us for all of the past decade. Brah, brain cells, lost the date. Probably 25 points. Fucktards. Deluxe, look, I told this little story in a short for a dude who I'm like making shorts just farming for content, Scott. This is awesome. So I'll make things that literally make no sense, and I'll call out shit that literally makes no sense. I catch the stupidest fucking comments. Dude, you need to check out the fucking shorts, dude. Like there's this one dude that's coming in here. He literally Googled fucking words to try to make a point. Because if you track the whole story back, he's like, oh, you're just a dumb piece of shit. Bleh. And then the next one is like, your vestigial cheekbones. And I'm just like, you're telling me I don't look like Laura Loomer?
Want to play a game?
No, we're doing it. We're fucking doing it. Dude, you're going to check this shit out because this is goddamn
Every time I see Laura
funny.
Loomer, I think of the Saw now. Fucking, you want to play a game?
We gotta do it. We fucking gotta do it. The shorts. All right.
There you go.
Let me check this back. Hold up.
That face. That was a good pause.
Dude, this goes back, dude. This goes back. Grateful Dead. Here we go. Oh, you're not? All right.
See, on the shorts, you could catch some traction, I bet. Which it seems like you kind of have. You're getting some views, and I like the likes and stuff. I've watched quite a few of them. I haven't looked in a little while, but see, the shorts on YouTube, especially these days, you'll catch some traction, man.
This was somebody. It might have been probably part of Rob's crew. I'm sorry to Rob's crew. You're not gonna take this shit away from me. I don't care. You don't like it? Fine. You don't have
Too bad.
to be
Yeah,
here.
I already see what it is. I write. Yeah.
But yeah, listen to this.
Here we go, another little whiny cunt who thinks they can force people to say or not say whatever they want them to. How pathetic of an existence do you have to sit there and try to discount and discredit anything that anybody says just because they say a little bad word? Try losing the F word from your comments to make it meaningful. Well, try this. Shut the fuck up, you baby back bitch made cum covered cunt cake top twat waffle wannabe gutter slut. You are not gonna sit there and try to police anybody's fucking language just because your pussy gets hurt over something somebody said. We're all
I just want to bring up the fact that
Dude, you went full of George Carlin right there.
and that just rolled off the fucking tongue so easily,
It
dude.
was, yeah, man.
I mean, I've used it before. Don't get me wrong. It's almost
that was
ingrained
great.
into my fucking brain at this point. But the
Right.
shirt that I'm wearing says just the tip, I promise.
Hell
tired
yeah.
of this righteous fucking behavior from the goddamn ignorant fucking people in society. You wouldn't listen if I didn't cuss at you. But you use me cussing as a way to discredit everything. Simply because you're too fucking retarded to make an argument worth a damn. So because you're retarded, you want everybody else to be just as retarded as you? Change your tampon, dilate your bonus hole, put your helmet on, and shut the fuck up.
Now that has become a catchphrase. That ending.
Nice.
Welcome to the
I
Stupid
like it.
Club, Jeb Doe. Imagine
This was a comment that was fucking left on that short that I just showed you.
Filming yourself trying to call out a random comment. I didn't try. I did.
You really are pathetic. Unable to communicate without cussing. Let's address that faggoty comment.
There's a breakdown in communication with human beings today, and that communication is you only believe whatever the fuck you want to believe, despite the evidence put in front of your fucking face.
And the only way you try to actually refute what anybody is saying is because they cuss you out and insult you, just like I'm doing right the fuck now, retard.
I mean, fuck, all you have to do is go into any fucking video and see the retardation in the comments. Just like you did here.
Bitch, I got a lot to say and I do it damn near daily.
And I'm a savage with it, just like our audience is. The amazing
Part is you have an IQ below room temperature and you think you did something here?
You're crying because your pussy got hurt over words. Change your tampon, dilate your bonus hole, put your fucking helmet on, and shut the fuck up.
Again, from that video.
Ooh, this one's gonna be fun. This is gonna be a couple.
I'm going to give you this, guys. We're just going to finish off the YouTube segment with this. I'm going to go ahead and throw the Rumble chat, the Rumble link there for you. I'm going to bring this full screen. Let's have some fun on the other side with all of this. Oh, there we go.
Parts. Assuming I'm American is the only real insult here, then why are you flapping your fucking cock holster? I don't know who the fuck you are. I don't know who the fuck you are, and quite frankly, I don't give a shit. I don't know what you have against gay trans people. Because I use the word faggot, you think somehow I'm against gay and trans people? The word racism and woman changed. I mean, the definition of fetus changed. So why can't the definition of the word retard or faggot? You know, as it has done, because the word retard doesn't refer to people who are mentally challenged, or those that have an extra chromosome, or any of that nature. The word retard refers to somebody who is inept. You know, mentally can't hang with everybody else. Saying the dumbest thing is trying to put the dumbest points together just to form their own stupid, ignorant thought process. And how trans came into this, I don't know, other than you trying to just throw out something to get a little win.
I will say this, the trans thing, maybe it's because I tell you to dilate your bonus hole. Now that I think about it.
You're trying to already twist everything.
You're just trying to help him, bro.
Narrative. Pathetic yet again. All I know is you think you were edgy and cool.
The fucked up thing is I'm going to answer back saying I'm only using your terminology. That's going to be the only thing. I'm just going to read off the thing. And when he says something about, oh, the bonus hole, I'm just going to show the fucking article and be like, I'm only using your terminology. It's going to be amazing.
Because you call people retards and faggots. Average IQ of humankind is roughly around 100. In the 7th grade, I was tested at 127. Test was supposed to take 3 hours. I was done in less than an hour because all I did was read the question, look at the answer, and say, yeah, that looks right. And I still tested at 127. So by my standards, yeah, you're retarded. Here's where it gets really fun. The dude had to use Google. Of course, as an underdeveloped specimen, you should have the right to use the word retard. I'm an underdeveloped specimen because I'm using words that you understand. You know, without having to resort to using Google like you did. Look, I appreciate you using Google to actually up your knowledge. It's an actual great step to do. I'm not going to fault you for that. My prefrontal cortex barely works. Planning, decision-making, and working memory. No problems there. I think you're talking about the regulating behavior, personality, and social appropriateness. My behavior comes from the fact that I'm too goddamn sick and tired of people like you running your fucking mouth demanding that I do things your way because your pussy hurts. My personality has been formed by fighting dumbass motherfuckers like you on a daily basis. My social appropriateness went out the window the moment people like you stopped caring about everybody else simply because your pussy was bleeding all over the place and you couldn't stop it. Cheekbones are vestigial, so I don't look like Laura Loomer? Okay, great insult, I guess.
Play game.
The rest of this anus stretching is going to have to happen in another short because this has already been 3 minutes.
And then...
Let's take it back to the last video, shall we? My jaw is too small to hold a full set of teeth straight. You mean to tell me you're going to try to use that as an insult when 90% of the human population has crooked teeth? Or is it you spend a lot of money getting your crooked teeth fixed so you could try to use this as an insult? You know, somebody who accepts who they are, how they are, the way they're built, doesn't conform to what you want society to be, it's not an insult. It's a point of privilege.
I want you to understand, and everybody out there, all of our viewers, when I do this shit, I will leave one goddamn thing for somebody to catch on to. Because that means if they caught on to that, they watched the entire thing. And that shows me that you're involved in the conversation.
Right.
Point of privilege. It was a point of pride, not privilege.
Deluxe Night, $5 dono. Bro, the bonus hole came from Family Guy Meg. Want to do it in the ear so I can't get pregnant?
We did have another one too. Deluxe Night. Hey, Timmy, want to play? Hell yeah, dude. Appreciate y'all. We're about to head over there. Let's continue that.
Yep. Yeah.
Do you have British heritage, or are all these deformities a result of inbreeding and poor diet? Genetically, I'm a mutt. I even have black in me. I have Native American in me. I'm all over the fucking place with my genetics. Just like most of humankind is now? No, that privilege was actually exercised by your parents, who figured it'd be a good idea to keep you, instead of your mom taking in an ass the day you were conceived. Or swallowing you, or just scooping you right out of the womb. And poor diet? That's all of America. Welcome to the club. The truth is, words hurt your pussy, and now you've turned it into a blue waffle. You've already given me a lot of content trying to justify how you think you're more developed than anybody else. Especially me, who just put you to shame. But keep trying to gain knowledge. You'll get there someday. I promise. But you need to start with this thing called common sense, okay? But let me help you get started here, okay? Pause to read. This is the definition of common.
The ability to think and behave in a reasonable way and to make good decisions, often based on the simple perception of a situation or facts.
Common sense, which is something you've shown time and time again that you don't have. You just try to Google things to make yourself seem smarter in an attempt to insult me. Didn't work, did it? Change your tampon, dilate your bonus hole, put your helmet on, shut the fuck up.
I am having fun with this. The Stupids playlist, I'm sorry, the Stupids playlist, Farming the Stupids, or farming content for the Stupids, whatever. It's a playlist on the channel. Follow this shit, because I'm going to have some fun. Ladies and gentlemen, you got 3 minutes.
You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different, man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro, don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're dreaming. There's no way that you make it, and maybe you could fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Aren't you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Aren't you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fight back.